Hey guys, Zach here, Small Town Bourbon. This is it, the last round, the championship of my 32 bourbons that cost under $65. It's been a lot of fun. I've learned a lot about what I like. I definitely recommend doing something like this if you can. Maybe not with 32. That is more of an undertaking than I expected it to be. A lot of rounds, but it was a lot of fun too. I enjoyed it. And so we know who these last two are. We got Wild Turkey Rare Breed and the Clyde Mays 6-year. I wrote down all the people, all the bottles that these two beat on their way to the top, just to remind you. And Wild Turkey, I don't know which one is which, but Wild Turkey went through a hard run. I feel like Jessica really wanted it to lose, or it just got unlucky because it went up against some tough bottles and then beat all of them. So both of these have won 4 rounds to get here, 4 blinds. Wild Turkey beat Henry McKenna 10-year first round. Second round, Old Forester 1897, which is one of my favorite bottles. Blanton's, and then the Ben Holiday Bottled in Bond. That's a pretty tough run of blinds, and it won all of them. It's a really great bottle. Clyde Mays beat Old Forester 100, Knob Creek 9, Woodford Reserve, and then the last round, Evan Williams Bottled in Bond. There's a couple of heavy hitters in there for me too. I mean, that's Knob Creek 9. I was kind of sad it got knocked out in the second round. I was hoping it'd get a little further, but these have both beat out some good bourbon. I'm excited to do this tonight and find out who comes out on top. My beautiful wife Jessica poured these, blinded these for me, so I don't know which is in each glass. Oh, before I get into it, Jessica also made like a playoff bracket looking thing just because she's awesome. So I will post that probably in the description so y'all can look at it. It'll have all the bottles and who they beat and everything in there if you're interested. I appreciate her doing that a lot. I do appreciate it. But tonight, she labeled these A and B. I'm going to start over here with A. It's wonderful. Brown sugar, cinnamon, maybe just a little hint of like a cherry in there. Exactly what I want my bourbon to smell like. Let's try it. Wow, that is good. Very creamy, sweet up front. It's a darker sweet, like a molasses. Good baking spice in the middle. Long finish with a good oak note back there. That's wonderful. Let's see what B has. Let's see if B can hang with that. That was pretty good. This nose is good too. It's not as sweet. It leans a little more spicy. But I do get a fruit note in there. Seems like a red apple. And the more time I spend smelling it, it is sweetening up. A really great nose, though. Let's try it out. Oh, man. Golly, that's good. So I think sweeter on the front than A was, which I did not expect from the nose. But man, it is so creamy, and it had like a nice sweet nut taste, almost like an almond thing, kind of throughout it, but some good spice in the middle. I don't know if the finish is quite as long as A, but wow, a really great sip. All right, I'm gonna have to go back and forth a couple times here. I don't want to shortchange anyone. Yeah, coming back to A, it did lose a little bit of that sweetness. You get a lot more of that spice, which I really enjoy. It's a great sip. I think it's just changing because that was my first sip. Man, these are both excellent. What's getting me on B is the finish. It drops off a little bit at the end. Feel like I might should fast forward y'all through this part. We'll see if I do. Man, this is so tough. I'm torn between. I feel like the noses are equal to me. I'm torn between B is sweeter throughout the sip, which I really enjoy, but then the finish is just a little short for me. It doesn't have much there at the end compared to A. I'm sure it's a pretty good finish, but and then A is a little more spice forward, but the finish is a good bit longer, which I do like. I do like a long finish, but not as sweet as B. I'm really kind of just trying to figure out what I'm preferring more tonight. A lot of build up here. About to run out. Yeah, I think tonight I'm going to have to go A. I do wish I could bring a little bit of that sweetness from B over to A. It does have a good amount of sweetness in its own right, like I told you when I first tried it. The finish is just longer. It the spice is a little more prominent, and it having all that plus that brown sugary molassesy sweetness up front does make it more complex. Both of these are so good, though. Definitely get both of these bottles because they are great. But I think tonight it's going to have to be let's find out who it is. Oh my gosh. What in the world? I did not see this coming. All right, guys, so you know who the bottles are. The loser. Going home. Wild Turkey Rare Breed. I did not see that coming. I'm not going to lie to you. And I will say it was close. It was very close. I mean, I could do the same blind tomorrow and it probably would go the other way. They're both excellent, excellent sips. But I really thought this was going to be the one that won it. Such a good bottle, though. Such a good bottle. I definitely recommend everybody getting one. So the winner beat everybody. 32 bottles. Clyde Mays 6-year. A sourced bourbon out of MGP. Wow. I just did not expect that. Excuse me. I knew I liked this bottle going in. I really like most of Clyde May's stuff, even their lower end stuff. But I did not see it winning. This has definitely been the surprise of the whole thing. I don't know. It's really good, guys. Go out and get you some. I'm going to have to buy some more. I've seen a lot of different. I've got a single barrel over here. I hadn't even opened it yet, so I'm going to have to get into that thing. They've got an 8-year, I think. I'm definitely going to have to try some more out because it has really blown me away. But Wild Rare Breed's really good too. And I will say both of these bottles were on the higher end of the price range for this. I mean, outside of Blanton's, these were probably, 2 and 3 as far as price goes, right there at $60. So that makes you feel good, though, that, paying a little more for a bottle, but you're getting a pretty solid whiskey. That does make me feel good about that. But, man, thank you so much, guys, for following this. I'm glad y'all enjoyed it. I've gained way more subscribers doing this than I did in any of my other videos. So I'm glad y'all enjoyed it. I'm definitely going to do more. I'm thinking maybe like some smaller scale ones, like maybe a 16 rounder with bottled in bond or rye, something like that. Comment, let me know if that's something y'all would like to see. And then I'm going to try to start doing those podcast episodes too. So a lot of big things coming. I appreciate y'all hanging with me. Small Town Bourbon. See you next time.